This is an exclusive excerpt from the Stuph File Program with Peter Anthony Holder.
Actor Drew Moerlein has a new horror film coming out called Bloodline Killer, which is opening in selected theaters later this month. He's also involved in a new project in the Marvel Universe. Drew joins us via Zoom from New Jersey. Hi, Drew.
Hi, Peter. How you doing?
Just tickety-boo. Thanks very much for being on the program with us.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me.
Let's talk about this new movie, Bloodline Killer. What's it about and what role do you play?
Absolutely. So Bloodline Killer is follows the formula of a classic slasher thriller, but with very deeply and wonderfully developed characters and relationships, which is what I think it makes it a little bit special. And it's a terrifying horror thriller that follows a woman who's trying to rebuild her life after the murder of her family at the hands of her deranged cousin. A mother, her two sons, and a community rattled by violence try to find some semblance of normalcy while continuously being hunted. And I play Michael Cole, Moira's son, who is played by Shawnee Smith. She's an incredible, iconic horror and all-around incredible actor. Michael's an everyman. I very much relate to him. He's a good person who can't get out of his own way. He is a bit stuck in life, which leaves him, unable to fully connect with the people around him and pushing the woman of his dreams away time and time again. I think it's safe to say he has his fair share of demons, and I think through the movie you'll see that he has to either face them or remain stuck or stagnant forever.
Is that kind of complex character the kind of character that you enjoy portraying?
Very much so. I think what I just described is sort of the human condition, and where we all fall in that level of that human condition is, individual specific. But yeah, I definitely love finding and exploring the rawness and truth and the conflict within each of us and how we struggle, because everyone has their struggles, whatever they are for them uniquely.
You also started. You have a stage presence. You have been on Broadway. As a matter of fact, I believe you were in American Psycho.
I was indeed, sir. Yeah, American Psycho the musical on Broadway. I played Paul Owen. So different names. One in the book, it's Paul Owen. In the movie, it was Paul Allen. We did Paul Owen. It's the Jared Leto role from the film. An absolutely incredible, life-changing experience that was played opposite Ben Walker, and it was just really a remarkable experience. So yeah, that show was basically a nightclub with blood and gore with lots of political jabs, and it was a beautiful time in life.
So coming from musical theater, I'm just wondering, I often ask actors this question, especially those who work in television and film and also on stage. What do you prefer as far as performing is concerned? Or does it not make a difference at all? You just enjoy it all?
Well, that's a great question, Peter. I think the latter. I think I find the thrill of the variety is really why I'm an actor. Every single day of my life is different. There is never something that I don't go to work and it's the same thing I do every single day. It's always changing. And I love doing it all. There's nothing that beats the thrill and energy of the call and response of when you're on stage, because there are actual human beings giving you energy back when you're standing on that stage. And then there's nothing like being on a set. I thrive on sets in front of a camera. That medium is very interesting to me, and I feel like I can really dig my claws into that. So I find it all wonderful. I also love sitting in my, home studio and recording animation and voiceover and audiobooks, and it really goes. And then, of course, the video game world is a completely different sector that has its own unique skill set and joys.
Well, one of the things, because I have seen some of your work, and one of the things that I enjoy about your work is, and I would assume casting directors also enjoy about your work, is the fact that when you first show up on screen in an episodic television show, one doesn't necessarily know whether you're a good guy or a bad guy.
Yes, I many breakdowns or auditions that I get say a guy, the charming guy who you could take home to mom, but there's a mystery or darkness beneath, right? So there's definitely some mystery that is woven in to many of the roles that I play, which I find incredibly fulfilling and thrilling to explore and tackle.
So the film, as I mentioned, Bloodline Killer, when is it coming out? How broad will it be as far as a release is concerned?
Yes, sir. So it is a global release. Vertical Entertainment is distributing it globally. It lands in limited theatrical select theaters domestically in the U.S. on April 26th. And on that day as well, it lands on VOD, video on demand. And so you can go into your television, your tablet, your iOS. You can watch it pretty much anywhere where you can press play to rent a movie or buy a movie. We are very excited, and we're very excited that the world is going to get to see it. We obviously have some wonderful actors who are beloved across the globe. So we're very excited about April 26th, and we hope everybody, we know we have a lot of horror fans already sort of getting excited about that day, so we hope everybody enjoys it and just pops that popcorn.
Well, speaking of exciting, there's another project that I understand you really, really can't talk about. And considering the fact that we're doing this via Zoom, you're not in the same room, it means I can't beat it out of you, I can't waterboard you, and I can't tickle you until you succumb. So having said that, what can you tell me about a project that you're doing in the Marvel Universe? Can you even tell me the title? Because I have the title written here, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything.
Peter, well, first of all, I'd like to see if you can try to tickle me through the Zoom. That's first and foremost. Secondly, the title, yes. So the trailer dropped on the trailer and the cast announcement of select cast members who appear in the trailer was dropped on March 20th at the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. So it was a very exciting day. We are honored to drop on that day. The game, the cinematic video game is called Marvel 1943, Rise of Hydra. I am playing Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, in that game. And yeah, as you mentioned, I really do wish that I could give you all of the juicy details, but as you know, I am obliged to my NDA, and I wouldn't be surprised if there are NDA snipers on the rooftops outside right now. So yeah, it's an action adventure game. This was all dropped in the trailer. So action adventure game set in occupied Paris in 1943, and you meet Azuri, aka Black Panther, Steve Rogers, Captain America, Gabriel Jones, and Denali. And it's a Skydance and Marvel Games, Skydance New Media and Marvel Games video game. And the bosses say it will be dropping in 2025. So we will continue to make magic until then. And we're overjoyed to bring this whole world to all of you.
Well, as far as the snipers are concerned, if you just stay below the red dot, you'll be fine. But besides that, I know you can't say anything, but I do have a two-part question which doesn't have anything to do with the plot line. And by the way, I've seen the trailer, and it is stunning and beautiful. It's amazing. It's very cinematic for a video game, and I'll just leave it at that. But that being said, what was it like when you first got the word that you were going to be playing Captain America, And the second part of that question is, what was it like when you were on the set the first time you were wearing that uniform, that costume?
Yeah. So the first question, definitely just going to open up. I was by myself working on our house. I do a lot of like DIY stuff. I was by myself. I was away from the family working on the house, and I got the call from my agent, and I definitely just sat down. I mean, I screamed on the phone with her, and then I just sat down and cried a little bit. It's these moments in our lives that, I work and work and work, and my full-time job is auditioning. That's what actors do. That's our job. And when these types of opportunities actually land, when the plane lands in your lap, it's sort of a release of like all of the hard work and the belief and the culmination of all of these years. And I could not be more thrilled. I think that Captain America and I really align in our morals, I like to believe that I live my life in a very moral way and try to inspire others to do the same. And that's what I teach my daughters. And I was thrilled, and I continue to be thrilled on a daily basis that I have the honor of doing this. And to your second question, I'm going to be very vague here. The video game world is a bit different in terms of how you capture the what you're wearing when you capture it. But of course, as an actor, I am imagining I am in that uniform. So how about I talk about when I first saw it at the Game Developers Conference, myself in that uniform. My jaw was glued to the floor, and somebody needed to come scrape it off the floor because I could not believe that it was real life. It's like that video of the kid who gets out of the dentist office and he's on the painkiller still, and he's like, "Is this real life?" It was truly humbling, and I was next to Kari, who plays Black Panther, and with the rest of the team just celebrating this moment, and it was a moment I will never forget. And the support of my family, my team, and people like you, people who are out there just doing their dang work and talking to people and putting out stories and moving this content out to the world. And thank you so much.
Well, congratulations. Marvel's 1943 Rise of Hydra comes out, as you say, in 2025. In the meantime, later this month, Bloodline Killer will be released. And so you're a very, very busy guy and only about to get busier. I thank you very much, Drew, for taking the time to be on the program with us.
Peter, thank you so much, and you have a lovely rest of your day, all right?
Actor Drew Moerlein. His horror flick, Bloodline Killer, is released later this month, and he also plays Captain America in the new groundbreaking video game, Marvel's 1943 Rise of Hydra, which comes out in 2025. You can go to my website at thestufffile.com, check out the show number for this program, which is show number 0765, and you'll find the link to Drew's website, plus links to the trailers for both Bloodline Killer and Marvel's 1943 Rise of Hydra.
You've just heard an exclusive excerpt from the Stuph File Program with Peter Anthony Holder. To hear any or all of the full hour-long shows, visit thestufffile.com. Stuph is spelled S-T-U-P-H. That's thestufffile.com. A presentation of Flying Fish Communications.